I'm particularly passionate, as are many of our members, about increasing diversity, equity, and inclusion in market research among participants, both healthcare professionals and consumers or patients. And in addition, I personally am passionate about increasing diversity in clinical trials. I do think we as market researchers can play a role in increasing diversity in clinical trials through things like researching clinical trial branding, researching the clinical trial protocols prior to implementing them to determine feasibility of the protocols, and in general supporting the whole increasing of clinical trial diversity, which will start to be required by law pretty soon. I think there's several factors impacting what's led us to the lack of diversity in clinical trials. Things like the Tuskegee trials that were done without permission, things like Henrietta Lacks and her cells being used without permission. And I think marginalized populations are generally skeptical and mistrustful of the healthcare industry, particularly pharmaceutical companies. And because of the lack of trust as well as misinformation, I think marginalized populations are reluctant to participate. So increasing that education and understanding what the barriers are, which we can do through market research, we can do a lot to start to change those perceptions about clinical trials and encourage increased participation from all groups of patients. Well, there actually are two really specific trends that are impacting us right now. One of which is being covered, well, really both of which are being covered at this conference. One is the prevalence of AI in market research. So the uses of AI in market research, how it's being used to improve things in market research, but also some of the pitfalls, such as fake respondents, bots posing as respondents, and we're not getting good data. So that's impacting data quality. So that's a real issue that we need to address as an industry. I think the other thing that we're hearing a lot about, including at this conference, is the integration of primary market research and data analytics or secondary data, which has always been an issue in the industry, not really an issue, but a goal in the industry to merge those two things. I think now it's becoming more prevalent because data analytics has sort of surpassed insights in being the thing that everyone wants to listen to. The C-suite wants to listen to the data analytics people. So as a result, insights professionals are being sort of minimized. Their role is being minimized, and even in some cases, roles are being eliminated, which is concerning. So we have to think of ways to elevate the insights profession throughout the industry and sort of win back that respect we once had and that immediacy that we had for providing the whys behind the data, because the data can't tell you why. So Intellus has a number of task forces addressing the AI, the threats that AI is posing, as well as the opportunities it poses. So there's a task force on that. There is a DE&I task force that's committed to increasing diversity, equity, and inclusion among respondents. So they're working on that. And then beyond that, we have our Trends and Futures task force, our Clear Communications task force, and so on, to really address some of these industry issues as well as meet the needs of our members. Join the organization, attend the conferences. We have 2 conferences a year. We also have regional events, webinars, all that's available for a single membership fee, which is tremendous. And then getting involved in the committees to make more of an impact on things that people are concerned about and care about. So I would definitely urge anyone who's an insights professional to get more involved in Intellus.